Hello, hello. Welcome to the podcast. We are back this week after a very nice winter break. And we'd like to extend a very warm, Christmas and Happy New Year to everyone who's tuning in. Um, anyways, there's been a lot that's been going on. For example, the government shutdown and Donald Trump, and as well as Brexit being a complete mess. So, Michael, I'll give it to you right now, and let's see. What do you think right now about like government shutdown and Brexit in general?
Well, Brexit's not really anything surprising. It's always been a shit show. And, like everyone could tell it's a shit show. The government shutdown is bigger piece of news, I would say, because like this is probably the most inane shutdown that's been out around for quite a while.
Yes, making a government shutdown over funding for a wall, I feel like is kind of useless. You know,
Yeah, it's like at this point, like any future president, like if they don't get what they want, they could just be like, I'm just gonna shut down the government.
I'm not getting all those climate reforms done. I'm gonna shut down the government until they give me the money to make a bunch of clean power plants, right?
Exactly.
Which I don't feel like it's constitutional. I don't think Trump can even declare a national emergency right now.
He could declare one, but then it'll get mired up in the court system.
I feel like it'd
And
be
of
a
course,
horrible,
he's
like,
probably gonna lose. If he
yeah.
wins, a Democratic president could be like, all right, national emergency, guys, we're gonna confiscate every gun in the US.
I feel like it's a very bad idea. It's
Yeah,
gonna set a
that's
very
I,
bad precedent for future presidents.
yeah. Which makes this shutdown even dumber because both sides have basically dug in. Trump is like has made this his hill to die on.
Uh,
Honestly, like this is one of the dumbest hills to die on.
yeah. It's this is gonna I feel like it's gonna be very interesting to see where it goes. Um, but I do feel like what's it called? I do feel like that Trump should at least try to do some more compromise with the Democrats, you know? Like even if he wants to build a wall, then if he wants to try to do it, then just like get some funding for like some fencing instead of like an actual physical wall, right? Like and then just
I
put
mean,
it
there's
over
not much difference between a fence and a wall
yeah,
because, like, the point of the fortification is to deter people from crossing the border.
or just hire
And a
more border
fence
agents as
really,
well, you know? I feel
yeah,
like
like a fence
Democrats
basically just does it as well,
I feel like
just as well as
Democrats
a wall.
would like agree more to it's like to like what's it called? Like hiring more border agents from like maybe some more poor communities, right?
I mean, okay, Border Patrol isn't exactly the most glamorous job. I mean, they already agreed to like around 1.6 billion in extra fencing, right?
Yeah.
Which I mean isn't bad.
Yeah.
Like it's not 5 billion, but like you're getting some fencing, and maybe next year you can ask for a bit more fencing.
Yeah. Or maybe just what's it called? Maybe just try to get more people employed, right? Like the entire point
Yeah,
of like what I feel like the government should try to get people employed in jobs, right? Get the economy going some more. So I feel
yeah,
like
especially with right now, it's a bit of a risky time.
oh yeah, especially with all those let's see. What's it called? With all the stock drops and everything that's been going on.
Yeah,
I saw the
volatile
Activision
stock market.
stock drop 10% today.
Yeah,
Um,
honestly, really, like the big deal is like if like government shutdown, if it continues on for a couple more months, there basically won't be a federal government anymore because I'm pretty sure like people in the federal workforce are going to start quitting.
oh yeah, definitely. The TSA agents, my guy.
Yeah, the sick outs though.
Oh,
But like, yeah, I can understand, right? You gotta go find some job to like pay your bills.
yeah. It's gonna be very interesting to see, to be honest. I can't wait, at least to see the government shutdown end. I, because I don't feel like it's fair to like those 800,000 people who aren't getting a paycheck right now, right?
Honestly, like McConnell is like the one like guy to blame right here.
Mitch
Like he
McConnell.
says, like he won't put a bill on the Senate floor that won't get the president's signature, which basically makes it seem as if Congress does what the president wants it to do.
but that's not what the Congress is supposed to do. They're supposed to like,
Yeah.
they're supposed
And
to
plus
act as
they
an
already
independent body.
passed like literally what the House just passed a couple of days ago, like all those government funding bills, right? By like 100 to 0 before the break. But
Yeah,
now because Trump dug in, he's like, we're not gonna put it to a vote.
Jesus. Yeah. I th didn't wait. They passed a bill for like what's it called? Continuing the government, like to operate the government normally, except for the Department of Homeland Security, right?
Yeah, no, the government, the House is passing funding bills for each department separately.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, they're just separating each one out.
Um, okay, that makes sense then. Except for Homeland Security, I believe, right? That's like the
Homeland
one.
Security, they passed the continuing resolutions to give like around a month for negotiations.
I see. Oh man,
But the Senate isn't doing anything with it, so
the Senate is just a dis. Okay, the government is literally just a disaster right now.
yeah, basically.
Like, uh, it's actually just I don't know. I don't really like government. To be honest, like I feel like sometimes it gets like way too it overextends its reach sometimes. But like here, definitely see that they actually need to reopen the government. You know? Ugh,
A lot of the shutter agencies do some pretty important stuff.
yeah. TSA. What agencies are shut down right now? You know?
I mean, Park Service is shut down, so people are cutting down trees in Joshua Tree National Park, which is pretty lit.
Yeah.
Let's see what else is shut down. FAA, so your FAA shut down.
Oh,
I
that's a
think,
problem. FAA shutdown's kind of
yeah,
bad.
yeah, like they aren't inspecting aircraft. They're also like not inspecting food right now. What else? IRS is all furloughed.
Okay, I think people are happy about that one, to be honest. The
No, they
IRS
can't
being
issue
shut.
tax refunds. The White House is trying to force employees back to issue tax refunds. Oh,
But
yeah. And
yeah,
what else? There's like lots of like FTC isn't doing anything either, so like fraud complaints and all that, and no dice.
at least we don't have a Jeet Pie running things, my guy. That guy's an
Yeah,
evil man.
honestly, I think government shutdowns are like a US made unique problem.
Yeah, and then let's see. Then it's also that debt limit as well. Screw the debt
Oh
limit.
yeah, that's also gonna be coming up soon.
Yeah, that's
And
gonna
well,
be a
given what's
problem with the
going on
government.
right now,
Dude,
I think there's a legit chance the government's gonna default.
if it defaults, it's literally the end. Like that would actually be so bad for the U.S. economy. Cause then, actually, that would destroy the world economy.
Well, but I mean, do you think Trump cares? Because I really don't, as long as he gets his wall.
I mean, like, I feel like, maybe this is all in the big scheme of things, right? Trump trying to, let's see, force the
This
Congress to
sounds like
force a debt
this
limit so
sounds like
that they
our the
force him to give him the wall.
sounds like our the Donald's conspiracy theory. Like he's gonna like break the world economy so people don't want to come to the US anymore.
Yeah,
Issue solved.
that would be very, very bad. Cause what is it? Um, the world economy actually is all backed by the dollar, the U.S. dollar. So if the U.S. defaults, then
Yeah.
every other economy fails, which is like
Yeah.
a really
I
bad
mean,
thing.
they won't necessarily fail, but they all kind of drop. And of course, everyone's gonna drop the dollar. So
Yeah, but then
yay to like the end of the post-World War US led order.
the problem with that too is like, what are they gonna back it with? Because you can't really go back to gold standard with our current economic system. So
Every, all currencies are fiat currency.
it's just like believe, right? Everyone is just
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
basically.
nothing's like there are no like backed currencies anymore.
Yeah, no. Technically, everything's backed by the U.S. dollar, and the U.S. dollar is like just
No, it's
what
not
you're fiat.
backed by the dollar. It's more that the dollar is generally considered stable, so people like to exchange money using the dollar.
Mm.
Like when they trade, they like to use the dollar, but like
I'm
no
pretty sure it's
currency is
the
backed
reserve.
by the
No,
dollar.
the dollar is the reserve currency of the world. Like every bank that you see in the world actually has like a stash of U.S. dollars in them.
I mean, they also have euros, but
Okay, maybe the euro is just becoming more and more powerful until Brexit happens in like 2 months.
Well, we'll see about that. Is it actually gonna happen?
I
Because now the news is that they're gonna be delaying Brexit.
wait, okay, Brexit is like such a mess right now. Like, oh my God.
Wait, the government's almost certain to lose the vote next week in Parliament on the withdrawal agreement.
Yeah, then what's Theresa May gonna do for there? And nothing. She can't do anything. She's gonna try to delay Brexit, but like,
Wait, Parliament says that the government has 3 days if the vote fails to bring up Plan B. But honestly, like the EU already said this is the deal, take it or leave it, so I don't understand what Parliament thinks Plan B is.
you know what Plan B is? No deal. It's gonna be Jeremy Corbyn's dream, my guy. Put up so much social unrest that there'll be a communist Britain.
He's not communist, he's socialist. Bit of a difference.
Yeah, but
But anyways, well, I think that's why they're talking about like delaying it now because of that ruling by the EU judge. Britain just unilaterally withdraws Article 50 until they figure out another way to leave, and then they start it again.
wait, but that'd be retarded. They should just stay in the EU. It makes more
Yeah,
sense
but
for
I
them to.
mean, the 2016 referendum was the will of the people.
At the time, it was.
I mean, even then you could argue with like around 50% turnout and only 52% in favor. Like maybe a quarter of the country voted for it.
Yeah, that's true.
Around a quarter voted against, and like half the country was like, I don't want to vote.
Ugh. Yeah, it's a problem, my guy. Hard on Brexit would probably mean, let's see, I would feel like a hard Brexit though would be Scotland leaving the Union, right? And then Northern Ireland rejoining Ireland as well.
Not necessarily. I don't think it will rejoin Ireland. You're just gonna see Troubles 2.0.
The troubled times.
Because yeah, Northern Ireland is still majority Protestant, so majority Unionist basically. But it's like I think 40% Catholic, so
We'd have to see, but it's gonna be very interesting.
yeah,
I definitely see Scotland leaving though, if it's a hard Brexit.
yeah. But in hard Brexit, that's the least of your worries.
Oh man, but like, uh, I feel like what is it? I feel like a lot of the people who are doing the Brexit negotiations right now just have like no idea what they're doing. Like they have no idea what they've been talking about because it's like the beginning of the Brexit negotiations as well. Like everybody didn't want to become the prime minister who led Brexit.
Yeah, because they all knew it was gonna be shit.
Yeah, and I feel like they just did it because they wanted to, and it's like, and then when they won, they were like, oh, well, I haven't
Nah,
programmed this route in yet, so I'm just gonna have to make code up, you know?
nah, a lot of them were true believers. It's just that the government itself was not a true believer, so it was not prepared.
It was funny though. David Cameron just resigns, and then it's like, oh, yeah,
I
that
mean,
that
that is the kind of vote where you resign for because you campaigned so hard to remain.
that was funny. That was just absolutely hilarious. Um,
But
what else is happening? Anyways, let me think. We still have like a good amount of time right now, actually. Like we've only been on air for
Like
about
you
what?
see how like Representative Steve King was like, why is white supremacism a bad word now?
That's funny, you know. I really don't think that like okay, I think that white supremacy is a bad thing, right? Like everyone should be equal as possible. Like you can never be truly equal, but we can be as equal as possible. And I feel like what was it, Steve King took that like he said something that like he really shouldn't have said, you know?
Yeah, it's honestly pretty amazing that he can come up with this kind of stuff.
And that just goes to show you like what type of idiots are in political things. It was also pretty funny too, you know, the Republicans tried to like oust some Muslim like party leader in Texas.
Oh yeah, after they lost the seat to the Democrats.
I don't know. I just when I saw the title, I was like, and I read the thing, it felt like what was it?
It's honestly, it's like exactly what like Democrats like to stereotype Republicans about, and it's like they're not helping. They're
Yeah.
not helping refute it.
Um, let's see. Oh, who else made the what's it called? Who else made bids for presidents? Because the Democrats
Uh,
already are putting up
Nobody on the
bids.
Republican side. I mean, some Trump supporters are trying to make it so primaries don't happen, so Trump automatically wins that state. So that's the thing.
Wait, so
On the
so
Democrat,
the Democrats, it's who is it? They said it was Miss Gabbard and Mr. Castro. Hello? Hmm? Michael? I can't hear you right now. You just cut off. Uh, well then, right here we are just kind of waiting for Michael to come back, I guess. He just randomly cut off. Um, yeah. I will let me go and recall him right now. Hello, are you there?
hello.
Yeah, okay. You
Yes.
randomly cut off for some reason.
Oh, well,
That
sorry
that's
about that. I don't really
that,
know what happened.
that's just well, you know what? It's all right. That's just an unfortunate, unforeseen event that just happened randomly. Nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So what were you talking about again?
Where were we? Oh, was it about like Castro and Gabbard?
Yeah.
Castro, I think, is like an odd choice because he really has no political experience. He's never run for office before, I think, like any like national office.
And then Gabbard is what? Someone who's Gabbard actually? Like formal now.
She's Hawaii. She's one of Hawaii's reps.
Oh, I see.
I
And
mean,
then Elizabeth Warren wants to go be president as well, even though she,
yeah.
I mean, that's funny, even though she claims she's Native American. Um,
I think now she's saying that like she's like white.
okay. Um, let's see. What other things have been happening? What about that? There was a girl that was kidnapped, I believe, and that she somehow
Oh,
she
she
just,
escaped. She
yeah.
escaped, and then like some neighbors found her.
Well, Jamie Kloss, that's who it was.
Yeah.
Um, it's kind of unbelievable how if you've been reading up on the story about it, like how they actually like why did this guy kidnap her? It was so confusing. The let's see, her kidnapper was let's
Jake
see,
Thomas Patterson.
Johnson. Okay.
Yeah, her grandfather says the family doesn't know the guy.
Uh,
So I don't know, but I mean, there are sickos everywhere in the world, so
kind of crazy. Um,
yeah.
I can't
But I
believe.
mean, if you think about it, there's still slavery in some parts of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, the world is still kind of shitting in a lot of ways.
I mean, like to be fair, I mean like we're a very well and developed country, right? And like, it's kind of a, it's how do I describe it? It's I can't think of it. Can't think of the word.
Shocking,
No, not shocking. It's just like, well, it's other developed, it's
disappointing.
like not as developed countries, right? So I guess it's kind of, I mean, like it's kind of just something that just happens, I guess, in human civilization. That slavery is just gonna be a thing, to some extent. Though I feel like we should try our best not to have that happen, right?
I mean, it's illegal, but that doesn't stop people from trying to do it.
Yeah. Um. Anyways. Um. Yeah. Uh. What other things? Oh yes, CES too. We can. let's see. So CES, um, is a consumer electronics show. And have you ever heard of any of the information that's come out of CES?
I mean, there was like a bendable phone, but it was kind of like shitty. So
Flex Pi?
yeah.
Yeah. I think the most interesting thing technology that I've seen come out from it is the micro LED technology, if you saw that.
Oh yeah, that one was kind of interesting, but it seems a bit far out. Also, like kind of niche. I think it's not like really something like you necessarily need.
Yeah. From the information I gathered, um, let's see. So micro LED is basically where you take the advantages of OLED panels, which you see on your current like iPhone 10s, Samsung Galaxies, and a bunch of other like smartphones now, and your LED panels, which you see on the iPhone 8 and the iPhone XR, right?
Yeah.
And basically they kind of combine them together to get the benefits of both somehow. And
Oh,
the most interesting thing about it is that um is that it's basically fully modular, which is kind of strange, but it has its uses for some stuff. Like if you wanted to make like really weird unique screen designs for like those big billboards out in like Times Square or something like that, right?
yeah.
Yeah, you could like make it with like no bezel, go around and do all these things because it's modular, right? Now,
Yeah, that's true.
so like I feel like it'd be good for like a big commercial use and stuff, but not really for home consumer use. Just because it's like, well, what do you need a modular TV for, right?
Yeah, I mean
The
like
other oh, yeah.
like all the programming is like based on like your screen is like gonna be like a rectangle basically. I don't
Yeah.
know how you're gonna modular it.
No, it's like modular in that in like that you can it's like multiple square tiles that you can
Yeah,
put
but like
together.
even so, like the programming, like the stuff that you're showing on your TV isn't programmed to like for that modularity.
Oh yeah.
I think this is more for like commercial use than like personal use.
Yeah, that's what I've been thinking. I really don't see a point for like a home consumer to use it. The other thing that I found was quite interesting was the what's it called? Was the car technology that they were announcing. So basically, I forgot what company it was. One of the companies announced a car that has tires that turn into legs. The wheel section turns into legs, if you understand what that means.
That's kind of
So like basically it's like supposed to be an off-road car, right? And
oh,
whenever you can't go off-road, the wheels like turn into legs. Like it physically bends.
I
Like
think that's like one of those
it's a
more
it's a concept
concept
car.
things that does not actually become like an actual thing.
It might. They're working on the technology right now. The other thing is a flying car, which they actually have the technology that they're building right now for the Uber stuff. Like so I think it was employed when this company was employed by Uber to make a flying car. They have like a scale model of it working right now, trying to upscale it and stuff.
Oh
It looks
yeah,
pretty
but
cool.
flying cars provide a lot of issues. Like you gotta like get an extra license to be able to do that for sure.
Oh, but it's gonna be
Like
like a taxi service right now. So
oh
like it's gonna be a lot easier because I feel like flying cars with regular people in them would be very dangerous.
yeah, that would be. Imagine a drunk person in a flying car. It's even worse.
Dude, it could do so much more damage to property. Holy moly.
Yeah,
Not a good idea. Um, the I really find that this is going that like CS is like a place for all the technology and stuff, but this year was like kind of lackluster from what I've been hearing.
yeah. I mean, I think like a lot of the technology has reached a point where like you can only get incremental upgrades now. There's no
Yeah,
like big revolutionary tech.
we'll have to see what if there is any more revolutionary tech you can make, but it's gonna be hard, I believe. It's just there's not many ideas that you can make anymore, you know?
Yeah,
Um, yeah. Let's see. Um, I am just thinking about like some other stuff that happened over the week, but Yeah. Um, yeah, there's really not too much else that's happened this week, other than like the world is really against Brexit. There's a government shutdown, and that CES happened. But other than that, yeah, that's really it. Thank you guys for listening in. Sorry this is such a short episode, but there wasn't too much to talk about. That's happened lately, and I hope that you continue to enjoy listening to this um, podcast. We'll see you guys later. Bye bye.
Bye.